Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
We're really excited to add him. Had a chance to talk to him a minute ago, and he's super pumped. And Coach talked to him, and we're really excited.
Also, on lottery night, were you thinking, I hope Darren's there at number 2?
I don't want to do that because it kind of affects everyone else. I'll just say that there's a lot of good players in this draft, and it was a hard decision, but we're so thrilled to have Darren, and he definitely fits us super well, and he fits pretty much everywhere. He's a really good player, but I think particularly our roster, it really goes well.
What do you think? Before you talked to him tonight, when was the last time you talked to him?
We went out and met with him last week, and we went to his hometown. We went to Canton and hung out with him, and talked about our team and our program and how he would fit. And he shared how excited he would be to be with us if it went that way on draft night. He even was nice enough to stop in the middle of he's getting a bunch of new ink on his arm. You guys will see. He's a big movie guy, so he's got a lot of movie characters on his arm now. He was showing us that, so that was kind of a fun little meeting with him, and we talked about his family and what we would do if he ends up with us, and we all left very excited about the possibility.
You talk about fit. What do you think he adds to this roster that maybe was missing before?
He's just a really talented player, and the thing that we like most about him is for a 19-year-old, he feels very complete. He can drive left, he can drive right, he can shoot off the catch, he can shoot off the dribble, he can guard, he can play pick and roll, he can play off the ball. It feels like he can help all of our other talented players in a lot of different ways.
A lot of questions are just about his health, kind of in the lead up of the draft. Obviously, cramping issues, the lingering hamstring injury. Where do you guys feel like he's at in terms of just the health process and your evaluation of that?
He's been working out twice a day, every day, and he feels great. And when he did show me his tattoo, he looks stronger already. He's been working pretty hard. Our doctors went through everything from the combine and all the tests that were ordered, and we feel very comfortable, and he's ready to hit the ground running. We plan on seeing him in Summer League.
Are there any health issues that haven't kind of come to light yet that we need to know about him?
Nope.
Last year you had 5 and 21. This year just number 2, so you probably dove extra deep on way less guys this year around. Was there anything that maybe surprised you with Darren in the whole process?
I would just say that when you can go as deep as we did in this process, you get limited amount of interaction with the player himself, and that's the case with all these guys and all the draft ranges. But you get a sense for what their coaches think about them, and it was great. I mean, Darren got rave reviews from all of them. They speak a lot about his family and how solid and normal feels almost like an insult, but it's a positive thing in the sense they just say he's just a really well-raised, really respectful, hardworking young man. And one thing that showed up a lot was just his work ethic and his confidence, his kind of quiet confidence, not scared of the moment, even though he's a quieter person.
What were the conversations like with Will in terms of how Darren can fit into the team's style of play?
Yeah, I mean, I think Will has been really excited about this. He's because Darren fits all the plays in the playbook, right? He like I said, he is a well-rounded player, and there really isn't anything that he can't do. Obviously, he's 19 and he's got a lot of work to do, and we're going to try to help him get as ready to win ball games as we can by opening night. But he doesn't have a glaring weakness. He just needs to keep getting better at everything.
What are the thoughts or feelings about him playing, whether it's the 1 or 2 or a combo guard, et cetera? Yeah,
I mean, I think the playoffs and most games show us you need lots of guys that can attack and handle. And I think that position is probably better defined now by defense than offense. We talk about LeBron, Luka. What are they? They're point guards on offense and 3s or 4s or 2s on defense, and it doesn't really matter what you call Darren. He's going to run a lot of pick and roll. He's going to come off screens. He's going to come off handoffs, just like a lot of our other players in our offense. So he can do everything, and we'll just see how it expands and how it fits within the group and the best way to use him early. And maybe 3 years from now, there's even more ways. And but we're really excited to throw him in all these situations.
Do you remember the first time you saw Darren play?
I don't. It all kind of blends together. I mean, I'm trying to picture, like, we were rewatching film last week, and I knew I was going crazy when I could, like, predict what was going to happen in each possession. And it was just like, I'm so tired of watching all of this, So, but I mean, I've seen plenty of high school games, plenty of high school all-star games. I don't remember the first one, to be honest with you.
Walk me through the Canton trip.
Yeah.
Why was it so important for you guys to kind of get that FaceTime with them, and what was it like just being there with him in his own time?
We felt really comfortable with him in the combine, and we had been in great communication with his group and talking about everything. We just wanted to be a little extra sure, right? And we have the time. With only the number 2 pick, we were not doing tons of draft workouts, and so let's just go out and see him and see where he's from, get to know him even better, and just make sure that if we ended up with him on draft night, that we have the best plan from day one.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET. Oh, yay, yay!
So who's we? Went to see him.
Myself, Avery Bradley, Danny Ainge, and Justin Zanuck. Ryan and Will were both in weddings. Couldn't make it, but we went, and they called them, and like I said, we've been in contact throughout. And Ryan and Will were both at the combine and talked to him there. So we've all had a chance to talk to him.
Austin, some years it's pretty clear who the number 1 guy is, or the number 1 and 2 guys, but there was really good talent in this draft. When did you really decide on your board and come to a conclusion where you knew who you wanted to take as number 2 pick?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? Like, it's a group and it's a team. This is all a team effort. And but I would say a few days ago is when I kind of locked in and sat down with Ryan and said, hey, let's do this, and he was all on board and excited with what we ended up with.
I'm just curious if you could describe the feeling in the room, because just the energy you're giving off right now, like,
yeah.
I can tell you're pumped, you're excited. Just what was it like to submit Darren as that number 2 pick and then know that it's happening?
It was great, and we're so excited about Darren. It's just a culmination of a lot of patience and a lot of building, right? And we're just really grateful for our fans and the fact that they've stuck with us through this rebuild, and we're really excited that on top of Darren, we feel like we've got a bunch of other talented players and that we can make big steps this year. So it's Darren, and then it's all of that all together.
You said that it was a hard decision. You also said you feel like Darren's just a very complete player.
Yeah.
What was, in your mind, kind of the deciding factor on choosing him in such a talented draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. The draft is hard. There's, as a league, right, we don't always get it right, but Darren felt like such a great fit. Like I said, culture, talent, position, ability, who he is and what he cares about. It feels like it really fits our team.
You mentioned that on the Canton trip that you told Darren what you wanted to do with him and like let him know what the plan was, and I'm kind of wondering what it was that you told him. Like, what is it that you want to do with him?
We talked about our roster. We talked about our system. We asked him, how much he knew about our players and Utah and our history. And we showed him about how amazing the Jazz fans are, how many sellouts in a row we've had, how they support us through thick and thin. We talked about the way we play basketball, how we are a ball movement, body movement offense, and he loved the sound of that, and he liked to hear that we're going to go all in trying to win next year, as many games as we can, and that we think we really have the talent to both help him and that he can help.
You kind of already hit on it, but you've made moves. You got Darren Jackson Jr. with a trade deadline. You have a lot of experienced players, some guys that have been all-stars, but you also have a young core. Where do you feel like he fits into that, and how beneficial do you think it will be for his future to kind of play alongside some players that have been all-stars and have that experience?
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch. But Darren is like I said, a very complete player for his age, and so I think he will fit seamlessly in with our group. But it's always a big transition for 19-year-olds. So we'll do everything we can this summer to get him and Ace and Keontae and Lowry and Jaron and Walker and Bryce, Svi and Cody, everybody on the same page, and get as much chemistry and work and get ready.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET.
Oh, yay, yay! Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.